Now, moving on to Philly's very own, Philadelphia's very own, Jerome Boots Ennis,
Mm.
delivering what he usually delivers flashy, sixth round TKO over Stanionis. Fellas, did you catch this?
So I was able to see the yeah, I caught it. I caught it
Mm,
actually. I caught this main event, the main event. But yeah,
yeah. I
masterful performance. Let me jump into this. Just masterful performance.
yeah.
Um, rose to the occasion. Boots is a guy that says, "I have so much more
Yeah.
to show you, and these guys aren't bringing it out of me." And so he's been steadily campaigning, trying to increase his level of competition. And I think he's been frustrated with some of the people in front of him. But I don't know if it's just he needs a big name in there to motivate him. But what he put on display last night was definitely masterful work and just a look into the future of what he has to offer the sport.
Yeah. The, the
Um, uh,
oh
my back
yeah.
end fella.
Yeah, I was like, do you think Matchroom does a good job promoting American fighters? First of all, I mean, he's big in the boxing world, but I always struggle with Eddie Hearns and his promotion. He had what's his name? He fought recently. What's his name? What's his name? I forgot. But another American fighter, like his biggest brand, I think, has been AJ. And have you seen the fights that AJ has been picking along the way? And Boots' biggest knock is he's not fighting a name. He's not. They're not putting a
Well,
name out there for him.
was he
But
PB? Was he PBC before that?
he
Yes,
was PBC, yes, and now he's now Matchroom.
so you gotta
Uh,
give them, let them let them get their stride going. You
I
know,
see, I see Matchroom throwing rocks at Crawford, trying to make him, bite. But still, like okay, let me go. Let's talk about the fight. I thought it was masterful, like you said, LT. He came in, did what he had to do in the sixth round. He's also he was man. He made it look so easy. To tell you the truth, he made it look so easy, and we talked about his style. You don't know whether he switches a lot. He's one minute is he switched stance. I mean, his pink gloves kind of put me off. He's a flashy guy, but he came in and swept up. So that's that I give it to him. But I just worry about him working with Eddie Hearns, and Eddie Hearns. I don't know.
I'm not. I ain't worried about him because he's from the city of Philadelphia. Um, Everything on the East Coast is right beside each other. It's all in the same neighborhood. And if he doesn't get American success, which I don't know why he wouldn't, then he'll get international success, which may be equal or greater. So he could be the American villain over there.
Right.
I mean,
I
there's some
I like him
quality
with Eddie
people.
Hearn. Yeah, I like him with Eddie Hearn because of the international aspect. Um, I mean, despite if you feel how you feel about his of his fighters, he's definitely passionate, and he's definitely going to get you in the conversation when it comes to big fights.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he has a little bit of youth on his side when you're comparing to some of the other promoters as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that it just goes a long way having those international relationships. We've seen him recently in Australia and the UK, here recently in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's valuable when a fighter like Boots, who has
Yeah.
had 34 victories and 30 knockouts. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of glossed over. Like this man is doing damage in the sport of boxing, and we're still begging for the big names. Let's not you know gloss over Stanionis. He who was a Olympic competitor, uh, vast amateur background, had never been stopped. And
Mm-hmm.
stopped him corner stoppage in the end of the 6th round.
Hmm.
So he's handling guys that have a little cachet as far as their boxing goes. But we're, as fight fans looking for those names. 34
Yeah.
victories is a lot.
And let me I'll go into a little bit more detail too, because last night he fought at distance. He didn't put himself in harm's way. Maybe that's just a different level of respect for a higher level opponent.
Hmm.
Um, and we seen him get touched in some of the fights, and we were like, he shouldn't be getting touched as much. But we say that with Crawford too. Is like maybe they just don't respect the firepower that's in front of them. Take and give, and he didn't really take a whole lot of punishment last night, but he absolutely delivered it. I want to echo what our Danny Garcia was there ringside, and they're like, who should the next fight be? And he levied the idea that Brian Norman Jr. and Mario
Norman Jr.,
Barrios
Mario
should fight
Barrios, yeah.
each other,
Hmm.
uh, and the winner of that should fight Boots in a unification bout for undisputed. So,
Hmm.
and I kind of like that, and that's just my way of throwing Mario Barrios in Cam's face.
Right, right, right. So that's bringing the WBC and the WBO together. So Boots, who's current holder right now, that now that after fighting Stanionis, he has both the IBF and WBA at 147. I still think like I just have this past like I don't know past feeling about Eddie Hearns and negotiations. His negotiations usually stand still. It happened with Anthony Joshua and what's his name, Deontay Wilder, Joshua and Fury. Eddie Hearns and negotiations usually it's like you're pulling teeth with this guy. And yes, you guys are right. He does a great job that exporting talent, and he does a great. But like inside the inner works in the United States, Boots needs to be a bigger household name. I believe he is a big name to the boxing insiders, but he needs to be a bigger name to the casuals. And sometimes I don't know which promotion would. I even think Turkey would be the best for Boots. That Riyadh season. I know because they make exciting fights. But hey,
But Turkey works with everybody, so
yeah,
If Turkey is a fan of Boots, then Boots will definitely be on a Riyadh season card. I mean,
right, right. Because that Norman Jr. Um, Mario Barry. You see those are good fights. Those are good fights right there. Cam, what do you have to say?
Oh, just hearing Barrios' name. No shade on him. It's just, it's, I don't know. Just to see what will happen if a Boots Barrios situation gets in. Uh, yeah, man. Let's see it. Because we don't have much longer for Boots to be at 147. I mean, that weight cut looked dangerous.
Right.
He looked a shell of himself. So, I don't
speaking
know.
of,
He's done what we can.
and the longer we stay on this, the longer we're going to stay on this. Because Boots had an opportunity to be on the greatest card of all time, and he backed out. If we remember this now,
Mm. At
What,
45.
what,
I mean, sorry, 54. A 154.
was it our guy from Dallas? Virgil Ortiz? Was that the matchup?
Ortiz would be
oh, is that
154.
was that what?
Right.
Yeah, he was going up to 154.
That's 154. Junior middle.
So the whatever the case may be, the opportunity has presented itself.
Right. He's he's
That'll be
not
a great fight, man. I would love to see a fight like. I would love
154.
to see that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Virgil Ortiz is a killer too. Like he's not one to back away from the fire.
Man, we're in an era where these guys won't be able to keep ducking each other.
Right. Imagine.
There's
Okay.
so many talented fighters. Like, there's gonna be some guys taking some L's here and there.
When you talk about 140, well, I mean 154. Imagine Bakaram and Boots. Now that style, those two styles, flashy and just Eastern European killer.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Like, there's some, like I said, there's some great there's some outstanding matchups to be made. It's on the fighters if they're willing to accept them and put that O on the line.
Yeah. But yeah, salute to Boots and man, I just when you're born in an era where you're looking for talent to fight, and this reminds me of Floyd Mayweather at one time, like where they were just not accrediting his catalog until he fought Ricky. Remember, like he was just too nice, and they were like respecting him.
You
And
got
there
to go
was
through it.
yeah,
I mean,
but,
he's the next. I mean, he was the next, and he is the now. But everybody has moved up to
moved up.
154,
They
and
did that to
so
Crawford too, where they were not respecting the resume, but he's doing what he's doing. He's cleaning out. So salute to Boots.